Good morning, America, for our viewers in the West. Celebrating the life of Robert Redford, the latest on the Charlie Kirk investigation, and 100 days until Christmas.
Breaking news for our viewers in the West, remembering Robert Redford, one of Hollywood's most legendary leading men in front and behind the camera, including his Oscar-winning direction of Ordinary People. This morning, we celebrate the Academy Award winner's legacy and his passion. Redford's mark on cinema spanned decades. From All the President's Men, all the way to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And who could forget The Way We Were? This morning, our memories of Robert Redford.
September heat. Temperatures soar for millions of Americans. Back in the 90s, on the brink of the official start to fall. Ginger tells us how long it will last.
Breaking news, Israel launching a ground offensive in Gaza City as massive airstrikes light up the night sky, and what the United Nations is now claiming for the first time.
Deadly strike. President Trump announces the U.S. military bombed a small boat in the Caribbean, killing 3 people he claims were attempting to smuggle drugs into the U.S., but not releasing the evidence. The strikes raise legal questions.
New details on the suspect in the killing of Charlie Kirk. As he gets set to face a judge, the text messages, the 911 calls. Plus, our Pierre Thomas speaks with Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Luigi Mangione in court. The accused killer of United Healthcare chief Brian Thompson attempts to get state charges against him dismissed.
An ABC News exclusive. Malcolm-Jamal Warner's mother, Pamela.
I'm very grateful that I was chosen to be his mother.
Sharing heartbreaking details about her son's death this summer in Costa Rica, how his wife and daughter are doing now, and what she's doing to honor her son's memory. 100 days until Christmas? Hold up before you bust down any doors. With many feeling price hike anxiety, the major brands revealing new ways to save. But should you wait for Black Friday?
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. I'm curious, have either of you started your Christmas shopping yet?
Oh, we got 100 days. We're good.
Let's wait till day 3.
Yeah, right.
Well, also, Dr. Tara Narul got an exclusive the new health features on the Apple Watch to try. He's going to talk about how it can help fight high blood pressure.
But first, we're going to begin with breaking news for our viewers in the West. This morning, we are remembering a Hollywood legend, Robert Redford. And Lara, I know you have more on his legacy.
I do, Robin. Good morning. The Oscar winner passing away this morning at 89 years old. Known for his roles in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and All the President's Men, he was a force behind the camera as well as a director of award-winning films like Ordinary People and A River Runs Through It. His publicist.
This morning, the world mourning the loss of legendary actor and director Robert Redford. With his piercing blue eyes and unmistakable presence on screen, the California native's breakout role came in the 1969 Western Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, opposite Paul Newman.
I want to fight him. He'll kill us. Maybe. You want to die? Do you?
He would go on to star in other classics like The Sting.
Shaw's been planning to beat your game for months. He's just been waiting for you to cheat him.
And All the President's Men.
I wouldn't quote you even as an anonymous source.
Where he would be part of another famous duo, portraying Washington Post journalist Bob Woodward in the film about the Watergate scandal. Redford would step behind the camera and into the role of director in 1980.
Maybe you can't love anybody. It was so much Buck. When Buck died, it was as if you buried all your love with him.
Ordinary People earning him his first Academy Award.
They say, if anybody had told you a year ago that you would have been ... Well, I just didn't think I was going to see this. But I'm no less grateful.
And the 2007 film Lions for Lambs. He and co-star Meryl Streep spoke to Diane Sawyer about it.
My 16-year-old and her friends liked the movie, the screening, the best, which I take to be, first of all, the highest compliment because there is no tougher critic, but also great good hope for interest in talking about stuff.
Yeah, my 16-year-old grandchild had the same reaction.
George speaking to Robert Redford in 2013 here on GMA about his film, The Company You Keep.
And it seems to me, at least, that you packed a lot of your passions into a single movie. Political commitment, love and family life, journalism. I was just wondering, where did the spark come from on this one?
Well, first of all, that's a great description. You ought to get on the marketing team. When I was younger, I was very much aware of the movement. I was more than sympathetic. I was probably empathetic because I believed it was time for a change. Whether that change was a revolution or not, I don't know. But I was very much for what was going on.
His final starring role was in The Old Man and the Gun, followed by a cameo as Alexander Pierce in Marvel's Avengers Endgame. But his most famous role may have been off-screen as co-founder of the Sundance Film Festival, which continues to support independent filmmakers. Asked by Esquire in 2017 how he'd like to be remembered, Redford replied, "For the work. What really matters is the work. And that's what the fun is. To climb up the mountain is the fun, not standing on top. There's nowhere to go. But climbing up, that struggle, that to me is where the fun is. That to me is the thrill."
His publicist saying in a statement that Redford passed away at his home at Sundance in the mountains of Utah, the place he loved, surrounded by those he loved, adding he will be missed greatly. Guys.
He certainly will be. All right, Larry, thank you so much. I just love Hubble.
Yes, the way we were.
She did that.
Don't make me sing.
Woo.
He was the best.
We're going to turn now to the September heat, a late summer warm-up across the Midwest and Northeast, with temperatures climbing back into the 90s, while the Mid-Atlantic is bracing for possible flash flooding. Ginger is tracking it all. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, good morning, Robin. Fall officially starts Monday, but somebody needs to set a reminder for the atmosphere because it is not following suit. Let's go ahead and look at some of the numbers and what we'll see. 10 to 15 degrees above average through the entire midweek for places like Minneapolis until we get to the end of the week. Then Chicago, look at that, still 85 on Thursday. Memphis, 94. So we're really warm all the way down to the Gulf Coast. We will be warming in the Northeast as we head toward the weekend, and it doesn't stop there. As fall officially starts, most of the nation should be above average throughout next week. Now, what happens after that, and of course this doesn't last forever, but I will tell you one place that is not feeling the heat, and that would be coastal North Carolina and parts of Virginia because of this coastal low. They've already had 1 to 2 feet of inundation. Coastal flood alerts are up. We've got flood watches up. Virginia, Delaware, right along the Delmarva, up the Chesapeake Bay. You could have that push of water, and George, gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Some of those rainfall rates could easily be over 1 inch per hour.
Pretty serious. Okay, Ginger, thanks. We're going to turn now to breaking news from the Middle East, where Israel has launched a new ground offensive in Gaza City. Chief International Correspondent James Longman tracking the latest. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, George. The IDF says the main stage of its operation to occupy Gaza City is now underway. Massive airstrikes lit up the night sky, and they've continued into this morning, displacing thousands. The families of the hostages have long been against further military action. They're concerned for the 48 remaining hostages. And President Trump has warned Hamas not to harm the 20 thought still alive, or, quote, all bets are off. But this is as the UN has this morning said Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. A United Nations Commission report claims it is clear that there is an intent to destroy the Palestinians in Gaza, and the chair places blame with the Israeli leadership, including Prime Minister Netanyahu. The report alleges Israel kills Palestinian civilians on purpose, forces them to live in inhumane conditions that lead to death, and even imposes conditions that prevent childbirth. Israel calls the report false and distorted, and they did not cooperate with the Commission. They've long claimed the United Nations is biased. Michael?
All right, James, thank you so much for that. We're going to turn now to President Trump announcing another deadly strike on a boat in the Caribbean that he claims was transporting drugs from Venezuela. It's the latest move in an operation targeting drug cartels that's also raising questions about its legality. Our chief White House correspondent, John Carl, is at the White House for us. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Michael. Once again, President Trump has ordered the bombing of a small boat in the Caribbean, killing people who he accuses of trying to smuggle drugs into the United States. This use of U.S. military firepower is unprecedented and is drawing accusations that the strikes are illegal. This is the video that President Trump says shows the U.S. military striking alleged drug traffickers in international waters. He claims the strike killed 3 narco-terrorists from Venezuela who were trying to smuggle drugs into the United States. ABC has not independently verified the video. which Trump released on social media with this threat: "Be warned, if you are transporting drugs that can kill Americans, we are hunting you." Trump says the U.S. has proof those on board were terrorists, though the administration hasn't released that evidence.
Do you plan to provide proof that these were narco-terrorists who were on their way to the U.S.?
But you don't have to see it because we have recorded proof and evidence.
This comes just 2 weeks after Trump announced a strike on a different boat of alleged drug smugglers from Venezuela that Trump said killed 11 members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. President Trump is now acknowledging these strikes could have unintended consequences, such as accidentally hitting fishing boats.
I mean, to be honest, if I were a fisherman, I wouldn't want to go fishing. Just a nice, let's take a little trip, because I'd say, man, maybe they think I have drugs downstairs. I don't want that.
There are renewed questions about that first strike. A U.S. official telling ABC News that the boat had turned around before it was destroyed by the U.S. military. And 2 weeks later, the administration has still provided no proof that the 11 people killed on that boat were members of the gang Tren de Aragua, or even that they had drugs. The top Democrat on the Senate Armed Services Committee condemned the attacks, saying, quote, "No president can secretly wage war or carry out unjustified killings. These reckless, unauthorized operations not only put American lives at risk, they threaten to ignite a war with Venezuela." But President Trump is threatening more to come, saying that he will go after drug smugglers on land as well, saying, quote, "When they come by land, we're going to be stopping them the same way we stopped the boats, and you'll see that." Robin?
All right, John. Our thanks to you. We have the latest on the case against Charlie Kirk's suspected killer. He is set to appear before a judge this morning to face charges. Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman is in Utah, where the suspect is being held. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Robin. And that suspect is being held here under what's called special watch, essentially isolation to ensure that others don't harm him or that he doesn't harm himself. And in the hours ahead of what we expect to be these murder charges brought against him, we have seen the FBI release a tremendous amount of evidence, including what they're calling a confession.
Overnight, FBI Director Kash Patel saying that Tyler Robinson admitted to carrying out the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
A text message exchange where the suspect specifically stated that he had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and he was going to do that. And when he was asked why, he said some hatred cannot be negotiated with.
This as Utah County prosecutors prepare to charge the suspect with murder later today. Investigators tell us they are increasingly certain of their evidence against him.
How would you characterize the sum total of evidence that you have built against Tyler Robinson?
So the evidence is, enormous. We are confident that we have the sole shooter responsible for Charlie Kirk's death.
Authorities say the suspect had tracked Charlie Kirk's events and public appearances, even studied local maps to familiarize himself with the campus.
This is the first time that we've been allowed back on campus, and we're getting a better sense of the geography of Charlie Kirk's assassination. He was sitting right at the base of that amphitheater, and authorities say his assassin was perched at the very top of that building, over 175 yards away on the other side of this courtyard.
And he allegedly waited on that rooftop on campus for about 20 minutes before springing into that sniper position and taking that single fatal shot at 12:23 p.m.
Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
What came next? Sheer panic. You can see it in these images and hear it in these newly released 911 calls.
The Kirk speaker at UVU just got shot in the head.
Okay, what's the address?
UVU.
And what happened?
He's a speaker, famous guy, Speaker Kirk.
Where
he just got shot in the middle of his speech.
And in just a couple of hours, the state's attorney will lay out the 3 charges that they intend to bring against the suspect. Obviously, the most serious of them is aggravated murder, which could carry the death penalty. They'll also lay out the probable cause, the reasons and the evidence they've gathered against him in recent days. And then after that, the suspect will have his first appearance in court. George.
Matt Gutman, thanks. In the wake of Charlie Kirk's killing, President Trump has railed against political violence from the left, excused it from the right, as his administration threatens a crackdown on left-wing groups. Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas spoke with the Attorney General. Good morning, Pierre.
George, good morning. You have President Trump and others in the administration furious at the assassination of their friend Charlie Kirk. And they're pushing the notion of a left-wing conspiracy, vowing to take it down. So we asked Attorney General Bondi, the person who has to make decisions about who to prosecute, how she's responding to those demands. Vice President Vance and Stephen Miller were saying that the full weight of the federal government should be used to target and investigate left-wing radical groups. Do you share that position?
Absolutely. We saw what happened to Charlie Kirk. He was assassinated speaking to college students peacefully, and he was assassinated. Anyone who commits such violence will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Look what almost happened to Governor Shapiro in the governor's mansion. His wife, his family, they were asleep upstairs and someone tried to light his house on fire. You know, there are so many crimes of violence throughout this country. Doesn't matter who it is. We're going to come after you if you commit a violent crime.
I pressed the AG on whether radicals of all persuasions would face justice and not just the left. I also asked her if the American people can be confident that she will act based on the facts and the law and not politics. She was adamant that she would. But, George, this is a really intense moment for the administration and the country.
No question. And we've seen violence on both sides. And one of the follow-ups today, there's going to be a special election in Minnesota for the victims, replace the victims of that shooting in Minnesota.
That's right, George. And if the Democrats hold on to that seat, it will restore a 67-67 tie in the State House of Minnesota, which says so much about this country, evenly split. George?
Pierre Thomas, thanks. Sam, you started the countdown to Christmas already?
Yeah, George, did your alarm go off this morning? Because it's 100 days until Christmas, and many people are shopping earlier than ever, maybe tariff concerns. We'll tell you about the stores that are rolling out their ways to save, and if you should wait now, or buy now, or wait until Black Friday. So traditional or shop now. We'll talk about it.
All right, also ahead, we have a first look at the new AI features coming to YouTube and how they work.
And an ABC News exclusive with Malcolm-Jamal Warner's mother. I sat down with Pamela Warner as she speaks publicly for the first time since her beloved son's unexpected death, sharing new details about what happened on that beach in Costa Rica and how she's honoring his memory.
All right, coming up, Marlon Wayans, trained to play a football superstar in his scary new movie. He's going to join us to talk all about that. And another funny, scary movie. We'll be right back.
Back here on GMA, oh, that memorable moment from Dancing with the Stars last season. Danny's lift of Whitney. Now who will have the viral moment of the new season? The Battle in the Ballroom. The Battle in the Ballroom starts tonight. Ginger is taking us behind the scenes as the couples prepare, and that is coming up.
First new at 7:30, President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump are set to visit the UK this morning for a second state visit. King Charles will host the president. Events will take place at Windsor Castle. Also, Luigi Mangione is due in court this morning. The accused killer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson fighting to have the state murder charges dismissed, petitioning the judge to dismiss the charges or suppress some evidence seized during his arrest. Prosecutors asking the judge to set a date for the trial. And it's not even October. Baseball is heating up overnight. The Philadelphia Phillies clinched the NL East title. Big win against the Dodgers, beating LA 6-5 after 10 innings.
I love that sound off the bat like that.
Yeah, playoffs will be here before we know it.
That's true.
And now we're going to turn to an ABC News exclusive. Malcolm-Jamal Warner's mother sharing her heartbreaking story for the first time since her son's accidental drowning death. And Robin, I know you had a chance to talk to her.
I did, Michael. I sat down with Pamela Warner, who spoke about Malcolm's tragic passing, just 54 years old, how she is finding solace and strength, and why she says she is grateful. She is grateful that she was chosen to be his mom.
Look at these sleeves. My arm is the same length. Where are my sleeves?
For 8 seasons, Malcolm-Jamal Warner charmed audiences on The Cosby Show as Theo Huxtable. The Emmy-nominated actor, later starring in shows such as Malcolm and Eddie and the medical drama The Resident. His love for the arts included spoken word and music, releasing 4 albums. This road may not be mine forever. Even earning 2 Grammy nominations and 1 Grammy Award. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of your son?
Oh, that smile, that beatific smile.
His smile, the light of his mother, Pamela Warner's life. But this morning, she's sharing heartbreaking details about her son's death on July 20th in Costa Rica.
I heard you say when you were first told, and you live in a cul-de-sac, and you let out a scream that people from the end of the cul-de-sac came running.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. It was from the bottom of my soul, and what came up and what came out was huge. It was an undescribable pain that resonated throughout my body.
Why were they in Costa Rica? What was the purpose of the
His
trip?
wife and daughter had been in Costa Rica 3 weeks prior. She's homeschooled, and this was part of an immersion program. And so that was the last week was for the husbands to come, and this was the fun part.
But as the 54-year-old actor and another man went into the water at this beach in Limon, they were caught in a powerful current.
They were in the water, I think maybe chest deep, even at that, maybe waist deep. There was an undertow. And my son was not an experienced swimmer. He did not know how to deal with an undertow.
In the aftermath, initial reports stated Malcolm and his 8-year-old daughter were both spotted struggling in the water, something Pamela denies.
From what you have known, she was on
shore. She was not in the water.
She was not in the water.
He was with another gentleman. The same thing happened to the other gentleman, but he was a more experienced swimmer, and he was able to rescue himself. But Malcolm was not. That's the physical part of it, but the spiritual part of it was, that was his time. That was his time, and that was the manner in which he was to transition. And this is what I believe and what I feel.
Pamela says she is comforted by the deep conversations they shared through the years.
I'm very grateful that I was chosen to be his mother. I think more than anything, I'm at peace with everything that happened. There was nothing left on the table. There was no shoulda, coulda, woulda. I wish I had said this. I wish I had done this. I don't have that. I feel that our journey together as mother and son was complete.
A loving family man, Malcolm is also survived by his wife, Tanisha Warner, and his daughter.
He fiercely protected their privacy.
Yes.
But he did also glowingly on social.
Oh, yes.
Show pictures and just talk about the love that he had for both of them. How are they doing?
Children process differently. She watched them resuscitate him, try to resuscitate him. So she saw that, and I know that's awfully, awfully traumatic. She loved her father dearly. She adored Papa. He was Papa. So they're both in deep grief.
We heard from Tanisha for the first time since her husband's death on Instagram, writing, "Thank you for holding us in so much love during this tender time." Now Pamela, who managed Malcolm's career for decades, is working to honor her beloved son's memory.
What is it that you would want to say to those that you know have reached out to show their support and their love for you and for Malcolm? What is it that you want to say to them?
I'd like for them to continue to support his legacy and support the MJW Living Legacy page, and love where you can, give when you can. Just be better. Just be better, because that's what he wanted and that's what he was working toward. We can all be better selves.
Yeah, Pamela told me that she has her dark moments. In fact, after we conducted the interview, she really had a moment, nothing to share, because she says that's not productive. So she's carrying on Malcolm's work. Yes, he was an actor. He was also a writer, a musician. He was committed to helping young artists. And Pamela's working now to create a foundation in his name to give kids who want to pursue the arts like her son did the kind of support that they need, with the generosity that he gave to so many young artists every day, keeping his legacy alive through the next generation.
Well, you can really feel her pain and her sense of purpose.
Yes, and that's what she said. Her sense of purpose, and she's always been, and It's comforting when you don't have the woulda, coulda, shouldas, but that she was so close with Malcolm, and that this is her mission and this is her purpose to help other young artists like he was. You know, when he was Theo, how we got to know him, and he just blossomed into this magnificent, loving family man. And you didn't even know he was a musician.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, well-rounded in every way.
Yeah. I love that he kept his life and his family's life private. Boy, and what a life lesson, I mean, that she offers in grief.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you, Robin.
Are we playing Christmas music?
Yeah, first time I've heard it. But we still have 100 days to go, but that has not stopped the retailers starting to roll out ways to save, right, Sam?
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling. All right, now to the uninitiated, this is just any other Tuesday. But George, you've got it. It is now 100 days until Christmas. But many shoppers say they're worried about rising prices this year, with a recent survey finding almost 4 in 5 are looking for less expensive alternatives. Now, you may not have run out just yet or thrown the card down, but it is a good time to start planning to save.
Yes, it is, Sam.
There's no need for a Kevin McAllister panic scream just yet. We still have 100 days to go until Christmas, and this morning, major brands are revealing new ways to save for the holidays. Before you jingle all the way to fill your cart or bust down those doors battling for the hottest toys, Target now sharing their holiday savings will start as early as October, with Target Circle Week kicking off the 5th through the 11th, and hundreds of new weekly deals up to 50% off starting November 1st.
We're going to see earlier shopping. When you look at other seasonal shopping events like back to school and Summerween, we saw that inventory put on the shelves a whole month earlier than we've seen in years past.
Best Buy even starting their deals this month, announcing a 48-hour flash sale September 27th and 28th, with markdowns on laptops, headphones, cookware, and small appliances. And for Amazon Prime members, Prime Big Deal Days will return October 7th and 8th, offering exclusive discounts for favorite toys, electronics, appliances, beauty, and apparel. These savings come as a new report shows shoppers say they plan to spend less money this holiday season for the first time since 2020, as higher costs associated with inflation and tariffs leave a bad taste in consumers' mouths, even if you're on the nice list, like Buddy the Elf. And as big retailers like Walmart, Macy's, and Home Depot acknowledge price increases due to tariffs, this season, timing is everything to secure your holiday deal.
Holiday inventory will hit the shelves earlier. Promotions will start earlier. So if you want those hot items, think about buying them earlier because they might not last by the time Black Friday rolls around.
Aha. So our consumer experts say if you see a promotion on something that you really want, buy it early. Since these promotions are starting so early, the supply may not last when we're normally shopping for deals on Black Friday. So you may have to get them now.
And what do they think the big gifts is going to be this season?
Well, George, it surprised me, but we are like control freaks, right? I mean, a lot of people are. So they want gift cards. They want to. That's what our experts say across all generations. It's the most popular one gift to get or receive or give gift cards because people want to control their own destiny.
Okay. Seems a little impersonal though sometimes. hey, daughter, here are the gift cards. I'd like to, feel like a more connection with you.
And my niece, I'm regularly told she doesn't want me to shop. She just wants a gift card.
You just have to make sure you then use them or the person uses them.
Yeah.
Because I'm waiting for the story when, don't forget to use your gift cards. This is how much money's left out there on the table.
My girl's gift card is my credit card.
Oh!
The gift that keeps on giving, Daddy.
That's a good spin, George. That's a good spin to Christmas.
You want to adopt a son? I'm right here for you, buddy. Out our play of the day in the Afflecks teaming up with a little twist flair.
Yeah, exactly, Michael. All right, so we are not talking about brothers Ben and Casey Affleck teaming up on the big screen again. No, this is Ben and Jen Affleck, but she's the one from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Not.
Her last name really is Affleck, and the two are collaborating on a new commercial for Ben's favorite coffee spot. Take a look.
Affleck?
Expecting my cousin Ben? Nah. When Duncan has something packed with amazing value, they bring me in. Jen Affleck, the value Affleck. You know what's not value? Ben. Why overpay for something that nobody wants? He's so dated. I'm younger, hotter. Can you believe Ben's only 53? And it's not like a young 53. It's like a weathered 53.
Rude. A totally average 53. Right down the 53 fairway.
It's funny. Duncan's calling this spot another installment in their Duncan cinematic universe. So how did they come up with this pairing? Well, in the first season, Sam, of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Jen went viral because she said that her husband is one of Ben's relatives. That turned out not to be true, but it was a good little fib because they now share a love of Duncan and a nice commercial
It got
contract.
her a commercial.
Yeah.
Right.
It's great to see that side of him,
Yeah,
too.
he's fun.
He is. All right, thank you, Larry. Coming up, Ginger is back in the ballroom, taking us behind the scenes. So how's it going there, Ginger, in L.A.?
Something happens when I hit this floor. It just starts moving me from underneath. Robin, it's going great. We got a chance to be with the entire cast, see the finishing touches on everything they've got ahead of the premiere. And there are even changes and new features coming to the set we think we know so well. Let me tell you, it's a 10. Stay with us.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. September heats up for millions. Temperatures soar back in the 90s, on the brink of the official start to fall. Ginger is tracking the latest.
It's almost time to just dance.
Good morning, America!
Ginger is in the ballroom,
Hey, it's so dark! And I'm blowing.
counting down to the season premiere of Dancing with the Stars, giving us a sneak peek at the final rehearsal.
3, 2, 1.
And you know it's going to be a good morning when the very funny Marlon Wayans is here live, talking about his scary new movie.
Great little catch.
And back to laughing in Scary Movie 6. As we say, I think we'll just say Good Morning America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. You want to get one? There we go. There we go. Well, we cannot wait to catch up with our guy, Marlon Wayans. He's always so funny when he's here. And it's always great to have Tori Johnson with us as well. She's here with September savings for everything from the kitchen to a day on the golf course.
Also, something that's coming first on GMA. Look at the new Apple Watch technology that can track blood pressure and sleep. Dr. Narula is here to tell us how it works.
But first, a look at the top stories breaking at 8, starting with the September heat. A late summer warm-up across the Midwest and Northeast. Temperatures climbing back into the 90s, while the Mid-Atlantic is bracing for possible flash flooding. Let's go back to Ginger, tracking it all for us. Good morning again, Ginger.
Robin, we're not touching records, but we are certainly widespread 10 to 15 degrees above average as we head to what should be the official start of fall on Monday. So the numbers don't look like it. Somebody tell the atmosphere and set a reminder for them, because Chicago stays in the mid-80s through Thursday, Memphis in the 90s, New Orleans, same deal. It will move into the Northeast for the end of the week. And I'll tell you why Raleigh's quite cool today in a bit. But next week, it still looks much above average, especially in the Northern Plains, Northern Rockies. So no instinct for fall to come back next week by any means. But this, of course, won't last forever. And one place it is not happening would be in coastal North Carolina and Virginia. Buxton, North Carolina, the flooding there is from coastal flooding. There's this coastal low pressure system, and it's pushing water up against the shore. 1 to 2 feet of inundation possible. You can see 7 and 9 foot waves. There's a flash flood warning at this moment that includes Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, and Norfolk. So that's going to be really tough to get around. If you don't have to drive, please don't. Some of these rain totals, George, and the flood watches could end up 2 to 4 inches, some places more than a half foot.
Okay, Ginger, thanks. We're to turn now to scrutiny for business deals involving President Trump and his sons. Deals with the United Arab Emirates comes after a New York Times investigation, and Jay O'Brien is in Washington with the details. Good morning, Jay.
George, good morning. This is prompting serious concerns from government ethics groups this morning. In a lengthy investigation, the New York Times zeroed in on 2 recent deals involving the United Arab Emirates, one with a crypto company, World Liberty Financial, which President Trump, his sons, as well as the president's friend and Middle East Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and his family have a massive stake in. In May, a UAE-backed fund announced it would make a $2 billion investment in another company, but using a cryptocurrency issued by World Liberty Financial. That was a big win for the Trumps and the Witkoffs. And then just 2 weeks later, President Trump agreed to allow the UAE to buy coveted advanced American-made computer chips, despite concern the move could lead to China eventually accessing them. Now, the Times reports there isn't specific evidence of a quid pro quo here, but says that these deals have previously unknown connections, including Steve Witkoff forming a close diplomatic and business relationship with a man who largely oversaw both deals in the UAE, the brother of the country's president. Now, a spokesperson for that Trump-connected crypto company told ABC News that any reporting that the two deals were connected is, quote, absurd and false in every material way. The White House has denied any conflicts of interest and previously pointed to the fact that the president's assets are in a trust, not a blind trust, but one managed by his children. And overnight, another development. President Trump announcing he's suing the New York Times and Penguin Random House Publishing for defamation and libel, not mentioning this crypto investigation, but alleging the newspaper and the book publisher engaged in a campaign to damage his reputation ahead of the 2024 election. Moments ago, the New York Times responding, saying in part that the lawsuit has no legal merit, calling it a, quote, attempt to stifle and discourage independent reporting, and saying the paper will, quote, not be deterred by intimidation tactics. Michael.
Jay, seems to be so many conflicts and another lawsuit. All right, Jay, thank you so much for that. We're going to turn now to a GMA Health Alert. A first look at the new health features on the Apple Watch, which is now available to the public this morning. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula, got an exclusive opportunity to give them it a try. And Doc, every time they come out, there's a new feature added. Tell us about the feature that lets users check their blood pressure.
Yes, well, Michael, Apple's really been at the forefront of this intersection of heart health and wearables. They came out with the EKG app, irregular heart notification, heart rate in general, and now hypertension notification. And so what's interesting about this is it's not giving you an actual blood pressure score or number. It's not taking your blood pressure. What Apple has done is really develop a totally new technology where they're using the optical sensor on the watch to analyze how your blood vessels respond to your heartbeats over the course of 30 days. They're then coupling that with an algorithm they developed by studying over 100,000 people of various diverse backgrounds, a clinical study of 2,000 people, and they're looking for these patterns of high blood pressure. If they see signs or a pattern of high blood pressure, the watch will notify you after 30 days, and it will say you may have possible hypertension. It will then prompt you to say, you should take your blood pressure with an actual cuff over the next 7 days and log it in the phone and show it to your doctor and have a discussion. Now, they say that this is on par with kind of the measurements you would get in an office in terms of how accurate it is and really ruling out high blood pressure. And so if you get that notification, it's likely that you really do have high blood pressure. Now, Robin, it's important, and Michael and George, that this is not for everyone. It's not if you are under the age of 22, if you have known hypertension, or if you are pregnant. It's really for everybody else.
Yeah, you have to keep all of that in mind. As you said, Apple has been at the forefront, no doubt about it. But there are other companies who are doing this as well. The Oura Ring, a Fitbit, that are really tracking your health. Your cardiologist. Yes. So what do you think about all this? How can it really impact us?
Well, I had the ability to talk to Dr. Sumbul Desai, who's the VP of Health at Apple, and she said that this is really novel, it's a breakthrough, and it's going to have a huge impact. They anticipate that they will pick up on 1 million people with undiagnosed hypertension in the coming year. And in particular, they're excited about picking up on the 20 million potential young adults who have hypertension. A lot of young people think this is an older disease. As a cardiologist, Robin, I can tell you this has huge potential in the sense that hypertension goes undiagnosed very often. We call it the silent killer because you may not have symptoms. People may not be getting their blood pressure checked regularly, or if you go one time in a visit, maybe it gets missed. The pressure happens to be okay that day. And so to pick up on something that increases your risk of heart attack, stroke, heart failure, kidney failure, blindness, that's incredibly powerful because it puts you in the driver's seat. It empowers you to take action and be preventative. So it doesn't replace the in-office visit. We want to be clear about that and getting your blood pressure actually checked. But it's a huge step in giving you power.
What did the watch tell you about your sleep last night?
So the Apple Watch also has the ability now to detect a sleep score, and that tells you about the quality of your sleep based on how early you're going to bed, your consistency, the duration of your sleep, how regular or irregular sleep stages are, and so my sleep score last night was 89. Robin, what was yours?
83.
83.
And I was so happy with my 83 until she comes like, oh, 89. Not competition.
If I had an 83 in school, though, I'd be like, yes.
Now,
80's still good. 80's are good.
No, but it does. It really, I did it for the first time. I've done it with my Oura Ring, but it really is something.
Yeah, it makes you think and really look at those particular parameters and where can I improve.
Yeah, and you can see it over time, too.
You can. You can track back. So I got 90s over the weekend.
Oh, look at
One of us is sleeping really well up here at the desk.
You should be proud. Look at that.
It's morning TV. What are you going to do? Of course you're going to get 80s. It's hard.
Wow.
You're up early.
Thank you, Dr. Narula.
Thank you.
Coming up, our GMA Morning Menu, YouTube announcing new free tools for AI that can change everything from how you work to how you remember your family vacations.
Yeah, the well-rested Dr. Narula, by the way. Also ahead, Ginger. She is in the ballroom. She's got all the backstage secrets from Dancing with the Star, the celebs and pros getting ready for the big premiere. That's tonight.
And Judy Reyes is here with a sneak peek at the new season of ABC's most watched new drama. It's called High Potential. And Lara and Sam are here with one of our favorite guests.
There's no doubt. This is
yes, look at how chic he is. The man is stylish, and he is ready to discuss his new role. You embody a football player. You're going to tell us all about that, and
and is it Scary Movie 6?
Yes, Scary Movie 6.
How far are we going to take this?
We're going to take it to 20.
We're going to talk about
as long
all
as
of
they paying, we doing. Let's go.
All when we come back on GMA. We'll be right back.
NYC, and we're back with our GMA cover story, a GMA exclusive, the first look at YouTube's new AI features. Becky Worley checked them out and has more on what they are, how they work, and why we're seeing parrots or something. And the giant is
lots of them.
was that a parakeet?
Parakeet.
Okay. What is this transparency for users?
It was a video of a parakeet, but that's AI generated because today YouTube is unveiling a suite of new generative AI video tools that give any of us the power of a movie studio for free in their app. But with AI created videos so accessible, how can you know what's a real parakeet and what isn't?
The parakeet trade really picked up in the 1960s.
What you're seeing was not filmed with real birds or created at a movie studio. It's AI that starting today will be available for free on YouTube.
Wow, so there was no video that was...
This is all generated by the model based on the transcript of that storytelling from that creator.
In addition to this tool that creates AI video with a text prompt, YouTube is rolling out a suite of new generative AI tools for its 20th birthday.
So it is Google.
Like a language dubbing service. This podcast was recorded in English.
The new Pixel 10. Quindi è Google.
But then it was dubbed with AI into Italian, including correct lip sync. Notice the lip dubbing fits the Italian words.
La tecnologia C2 magnetica.
Wow. Okay, that was very realistic.
Very realistic, yeah.
Another new tool, editing your personal photos and videos with AI to create a slick, short video, complete with voiceover.
Ultimate gooey chocolate chip cookie. I will just pick some of my favorite shots from the trip. And as you can see, some of these are very long videos. I will tap on Edit with AI.
A minute later,
it understood that we went on a camel ride, we went on a hot air balloon.
Suddenly the world looks different.
It even understood the joy on my kid's face.
And even a tool that can map a person's image from a still photo onto an action sequence.
I have a few different options: karate, ballet, breakdance, backflip. I'm picking ballet. So you can see this is me in my outfit.
That's wild! You're like completely superimposed on that action.
Yes.
Different creators are going to choose different tools.
YouTube CEO Neil Mohan says YouTube does label AI-generated content, but those warnings won't always be embedded into the video.
Are you worried that some people will use these AI tools to make the internet more divisive?
We are a platform that stands for freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Lots and lots of different opinions exist on YouTube every day, but we also have very clear community guidelines about what is allowed on our platform, and we're trying to be as transparent about that as possible. And all of that will apply to video content, whether it's created with AI or not.
These tools are rolling out today and will be available for free in various places for creators in the YouTube app, including Shorts. so much creativity is possible. And guys, they say seeing is believing, but with AI video this accessible, is seeing believing anymore on the internet?
Right.
Got to be careful.
I don't know. Are we seeing you?
Right.
Is that you that we're seeing right now?
This is me. I promise.
Okay.
I promise.
All right.
It's not AI Becky. It's me.
Wouldn't AI promise it was you too?
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that to us, Becky.
Interesting point, Sam.
How about a little pop news?
Yes, let's do it. The real thing here. We're going to begin, everybody, with Bad Bunny, the 3-time Grammy winner. Just wrapped up a 30-night residency in Puerto Rico. Yes, Sam. It spanned nearly the entire summer, and to celebrate, he's giving local fans a final chance to see him live with a surprise 31st performance. Bad Bunny taking to Instagram, writing simply, "One more." And also revealing his final show will be broadcast live on Amazon Music for no charge. Bad Bunny is partnering with Amazon on initiatives that span education and technology, cultural empowerment, and economic development across Puerto Rico. Guys, what he's doing is encouraging people to buy products made in Puerto Rico, which is really fantastic. The free concerts take place this Saturday. That's one free concert. It streams on Prime Video. And then Bad Bunny, his world tour, kicks off November 21st in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, my birthday. It was like a gift watching you two dance like that. It reminds me of Along Came Polly. Remember when Ben Stiller learned how to dance?
So it wasn't really a compliment. That's what I got.
It was a compliment. He learned how to dance.
No, it doesn't seem it. No, all morning. Very spicy, Michael. Very spicy today.
Keisha agrees. Keisha.
Keisha.
Oh, my.
Keisha, I feel your pain.
I'm going to be quiet the rest of the day.
I'm being instructed.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for an ace of a podcast, we have just the one for you. Tennis legends Venus and Serena are revealing, no last name needed, they are revealing new details about their highly anticipated podcast debut. It'll be called Stockton Street, a nod to their childhood address in California. Here's a clip of the Williams sisters. They shared it with us exclusively so we could share it with you.
Well, I'm looking forward to sharing like what not to do.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times people are like, learn from me because I succeeded. I mean, like, learn from me because I failed here and I did this stupid thing there.
I'm excited about being honest.
About being honest.
In tennis, you always have to have a little bit of a mask on and you can never really let your mask off.
Yeah.
And if you do let your mask off, you get burned. And so I feel like this is a really good opportunity for us to have real conversations that we were never able to have before with no mask on.
I am ready for this. This sounds great. And Serena and Venus, they want this podcast to be their way of mass mentoring, teaching their listeners about motivation, body confidence, about their sport, and so much more. Check out Stockton Street. It debuts on X tomorrow. Congratulations to the sisters.
Really, really good.
Yep, very excited. Yeah. And then finally, everybody, a fun moment from three ladies I love at the Primetime Emmy Awards. Check this out. Yes!
Wow!
Look at those girls. Country band, Little Big Town. Karen Fairchild, Kimberly Schlappman. And then, of course, Reba performing that musical tribute to the Golden Girls. Thank you guys for being a friend. The 40th anniversary of the show's premiere was that night. And Reba may have had an extra twinkle in her eye and also on her left ring finger. She just confirmed she's engaged. She's engaged to be married to her sitcom co-star Rex Lynn. The pair co-star on the show Happy's Place and have been dating for 5 years. Congratulations to Reba. We love you, Reeves.
Yeah, he's the chef. He's the cook.
Exactly.
Yeah, the kitchen.
Space.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Now to Deals and Steals is day 2 of our September sizzle. And Tori Johnson is here with great products from small businesses. And they're all 50% off, Tori.
Oh, yeah.
Good
okay,
morning.
We're starting with Farm Steady, one of the easiest ways to make really delicious treats at home that taste as good, if not better, than what you can buy in a store or order in a restaurant. The kits are incredible, easy to use, and then you can make ooey gooey cinnamon rolls, sourdough bread, chocolate babka, even Pop-Tarts. They look amazing, and it helps to inspire the kitchen curiosity, all at 50% off.
50%
We
off.
like
Can't
that.
beat that. Get to
Okay.
eat at 50% off.
Speaking of the kitchen, Et2 Home is one of the easiest ways to bring a little French flair, I like to say, to your kitchen. I also want to shout out, I like that Sam said 100 days till Christmas. Good timing. We've got the stockings for you. So the table linen collection is fabulous, washes beautifully. And then we also have the glass collection, all kinds of little beautiful dishes, just functional decor. And it elevates the everyday.
Instead of butter, it's blah.
There you go. All 50% off starting at $10.
Great deal. That's beautiful. Beautiful product.
Okay, one of Sal's favorites, De La Vigne. This is
Sal
a big
loves to
assortment. He does, and he knows good food. So we've got a big variety of infused olive oils, and then these balsamics. The balsamics look incredible.
And I love they come in the smaller packages
Yes,
too.
so what's great about this, speaking of stocking stuffers we're using every day, this little 3-pack right here of the olive oils and vinegars, $7.50. You cannot beat that. But aside from the price, these things are really delicious. So great for either every day, for entertaining, for gifting.
Or you
The
go to a
balsamic.
restaurant, you take your own balsamic.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, how about a hug for your hand? These are compression
hug
gloves.
for the hand.
Yep, it's a compression glove, so it's a little bit snug, but it feels like a
that
hug.
feels good.
It feels really good. So aches and pains, arthritis, neuropathy, trigger finger. If there's a condition that's giving you trouble, these gloves are really fabulous. And then we also have from them their new, their cooling gel sleeves. So you see this one? You pop this one right into the freezer, and then if you need a little cooling relief for either wrist, thumb, or we've got the option for the knee, all 50% off, created by a hand therapist.
Oh, that feels good.
Feels really good, really good.
Oh man,
All right.
I need to get some of those.
There
for
you
real.
go. Okay, Ryan
All right, what
Simkai
you got
Eye
for me?
Shop. I've got 2 for you to model. Prepare for compliments. So those look amazing. Yeah, those are pretty fabulous. Let's see here. Come, let's try these 2. So we've got a big assortment of polarized sunglasses. We've got blue light blockers. Those are good. Yeah, I can't tell. Okay, we're going with option A. You know what?
Keisha said option A.
At 50% off, you can go for both of them from Ryan Simkai Eye Shop. And then finally, we got a little golf action here. So this is Sunday Swagger. Feel how soft and fabulous this is. So this is all about conversation starting, compliment catching.
Somebody will ask you about this.
Yeah, right. So you get to look good, even maybe if your swing doesn't make you look good. You're gonna be okay with these. So we've got options for men, women, and kids. So if you want to do the father-son or the matching sets, we even have their 2 super popular Christmas prints. So even if you're preparing to take a family photo, vacation options, we got you covered. All 50% off.
Christmas keeps on coming, right?
It does, right? Sam set me up. I didn't even anticipate it.
Well, Sam knows what he's getting. I'm getting Sam this shirt right now. That's all his. All right, Tori, thank you.
Thank you.
Always, always, always. We partner with these companies on these great products. You can get them at gmadeals.com, and that QR code on your screen will take you there as well. We're going to see you back here tomorrow, Tori, for more deals. And coming up, Marlon Wayans. There he is, my guy. He's here live.
We're back with some breaking news, and it's some sad news. Robert Redford has died, 89 years old, legendary actor and director. We all remember him from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Of course, directing as well, Ordinary People with Mary Tyler Moore. And The Way We Were. Who can forget that with Barbara Streisand? What a career. Environmental activist, started the Sundance Film Festival, had so much impact in so many ways. We will remember. We're going to be talking about this all morning, and of course tomorrow on GMA as well. But we wanted to give you that news right now. And we are going to switch gears a little bit though. Marlon Wayans is here. Marlon, welcome.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Forgive me, Robert Redford first. Robert Redford first. What a legend.
What a legend.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
I just wanted to come where, of course, you got to give it up to the legends. You know, they teach us to dream. You know, Robert Redford. You know, Brad Pitt was sitting somewhere. I want to be like Robert Redford. You know what I mean? Tom Cruise. I want to be like Robert Redford.
You're right about that.
Somewhere there's some stupid kid going, I want to be like Marlon Wayans. Doubt it. Only my son.
Somebody's watching now thinking that. Tell us about the new movie, Him.
Yeah, Him. It's deranged. It's twisted. It's great. It's me. It's a psychological horror thriller set in the world of football, and it's just, you know, about a aging quarterback who's the greatest of all time, like a Tom Brady, and he's about to retire, and he brings this young kid out to his camp to train him, and then he realizes he doesn't want to give up his greatness, so he goes about trying to destroy the kid. And it's just, it's, you know, it's dark, it's twisted.
Well, how was that for you?
It's like the Brett Favre, what's his name story. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, yes, kind of like that.
Hold your back.
Yeah. It's the football stuff. Football, you know, the football player. I was trying to get some juice, but he was like, what are you talking about?
What was it like to embrace this kind of darker role?
I mean, for me, it was great because to do something different, right? Everybody doesn't know. I went to performing arts high school, so I'm theatrically trained, you know, dramatic. I do the dramatic arts, but I'm just always born into comedy. So people just think I do comedy, but I actually do it all. And in this movie, I'm untethered. I get to be crazy, I get to be dark, I get to be vulnerable, and I get to be a little funny. And to me, it's my best role. I put a really good performance in a great movie.
I tell you what, looking at those you know, ads for it, I'm like, man, he's freaking me out. So we're gonna freak everybody else at home out. Let's take a look at the clip.
You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing but an emotional little pretty boy chasing validation from strangers because your father didn't love you. This ain't no game. This ain't no game, man. This is everything.
This is for okay.
I should have chewed onions and garlic before I did that.
But there you go. You were Tyreek Withers. Yes. That's your co-star. What was it like working with him?
Oh, it was great. I mean, he's a great young talent and very, He's too good looking. I don't like being next to him. He makes me feel short. He makes me feel ugly. Like, you know, I don't like hanging out with him. And but because he's a pretty kid, you know, and sometimes you sitting there and you're looking at him, you go, I hate your pretty face. and it's the jealous thing in my head. I don't want to put his face in a garbage disposal. This is what my head wants to do. If he was just a little twisted, he could be a great Chewbacca. He'd be a wonderful Jack's beef jerky, Bigfoot. No, but he's a great kid, and I really enjoyed working with him. And he killed it, and he was doing all the. He was funny because we went to football camp. And he was throwing these passes because he used to play for what's the name of the team? Florida State, and he won an Orange Bowl. Even though he sat the bench, but I'm not hating on you, brother. A ring is a ring. Some people play for their rings, but hey, man, the guy that gives the Gatorade to the team, he's a team member. So he was a wide receiver that turned into a quarterback, and then we went to quarterback camp. Jordan Palmer's quarterback camp, and he was throwing balls like 40, 50 yards, and then I went. Jordan goes, hey, you throw a ball. And I threw a ball, and he said, yeah, stop. We're going to teach you how to walk first. That was the last day I was at football camp. I was like, no, we ain't doing this.
So what was it like getting into football shape?
It wasn't fun. It's a lot of two-a-days and eating a lot of protein, and it was not a lot of fun, but I really enjoyed. I like to put on the weight because before I was COVID, right? It was like quarantine, so I didn't have chest. I had breasts and belly. I was drinking a lot of wine and a lot of red meat. I was at my pool one day, and I looked down. I was like, "Whose belly and breasts are these?" And I looked in the mirror. I was like, "Oh, those are mine." And then God blessed me with this movie, and I was like, "All right, I got to get rid of these chesticles." I'm just being honest, guys.
We needed the laughter. Scary Movie 6.
Yes.
It's been 25 years since the first one.
Yes.
How's this one different?
What's good is my brothers are still crazy, and that's great because the chemistry between the three of us is always going to be a lot of fun. And I honestly feel like this is something the world needs. We all need one big laugh in the movie theaters. We haven't had a really big, great comedy in the theaters in like 20 years. We all need to make fun of each other. We all need to laugh, and we're equal opportunity offenders. And I think next summer is going to be one big party come June 12th, 2026.
Right now, him. It's in theaters on Friday.
Maybe him gets spoofed in scary movies.
It may be. Hey, Jordan Peele know what he did when he hired me.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, brother. I was a spy. They didn't know that.
Now on GMA, grab your dancing shoes because a new season of Dancing with the Stars starts tonight. Our own own ballroom finalist, sorry about that, Sam, we're talking about Ginger, has a sneak peek inside the ballroom.
Wow, this is
Ginger.
You know, I loved that character. Ben Stiller had something, he had a lot of special heart, Sam, I know that. Back here,
Ginger?
yeah, you were even better, I promise. Back here live from Hollywood, it is Dancing with the Stars. And yes, this is the very dance floor where tonight you will see a few tangos. You will get at least one salsa. I saw lots of cha-cha and even a jive. Yep, I've got your backstage pass.
3, 2, 1.
I have a few good friends giving me a behind-the-scenes sneak peek.
5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Hey, she's so good.
And I'm blowing. You're doing cha-cha?
Cha-cha.
And you are?
Tango.
Tango.
Yeah.
Well, that's intense to start with.
It's introducing frame, which
Yes.
is new for a lot of people.
So opening night is their anthem. It's the songs that they love.
Mark Ballas. Hey! Did you have your rehearsal already?
Yes.
How did it go?
Good, good. It's kind of like a reality check.
Yeah.
Of like, you know, this is the first time you feel adrenaline.
So Golden's from K-pop Demon Hunters, and I watched that show with my kids. Immediately thought of my journey through this entertainment industry and really resonated with me.
We're just hours away from the first dances.
I've never done anything like this before, and it's always been a dream of mine.
And we're ready. I think we're ready, so there's just excitement.
Expect a lot of sass and very energetic movements.
Girl,
Of
so many
course.
flips, tricks, splits,
Turns.
everything.
The team's getting those final touches just right.
And I'll definitely be at home tonight, like just running the routine.
I love to run stuff like over and over and over again until I get it perfect. So again, he's okay with that.
Doesn't kill you, makes you strong.
She came in, walked in, so focused, so locked in. I'm like, what did I say right away? I was like, your energy on point.
How's the energy feel, just in general?
The vibes are immaculate.
What have you learned about Pasha?
I didn't think there was a match to my perfectionism, but there is.
She has everything to be a dancer. She's flexible, strong, balanced, coordinated.
It's almost time.
We're doing a jive.
A jive?
We're doing the kicks
That's
and the
what I
flicks.
started with.
Is it really?
Just like it was yesterday, but it was actually almost 10 years ago. Look right here. These are the stairs that the couples will run up, get to this skybox, talk to Julianne, and get their scores. You will see it all tonight, right here on ABC and Disney Plus, 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific.
You just got a rush from everybody just to come say hi to you. All right, back now with actress Judy Reyes. She's no stranger to starring in hit shows. Scrubs, huge hit show. Devious Maids, where Scrubs had that comedy. Devious Maids was like,
yes.
I mean, it would. All right, now she's in the hit series High Potential, which is starring a brand new season. I want you to see a sneak peek before we even talk.
The stress is getting to her. She's not a cop. She certainly didn't sign up for this.
Selena, stop.
Adam, she said no.
Said no to what?
The job. When I offered it to her, I pushed her into it. I promised to help her with the Roman case if she came on as a consultant.
Why are you telling me this now?
Yeah, she's tough. She's hard.
It takes a lot to be in charge.
There you go. All right. High Potential was the most watched ABC series since 2017. How does that feel? How does that feel?
You know, it's unprecedented for me. It feels really exciting. I didn't really have anything to attach it to. You know, as an actor, you keep it moving. So the fact that it was such a huge hit, I put it in front of my teenage son.
Yeah.
And he loved it.
How did he feel?
He loved it. He's like, Mama, this is amazing. And he doesn't care about anything that I do.
Because that's a whole different audience. They have a whole different sense of humor and thought process.
And that's what we realized. You know, the response to the show has been really powerful with families, mothers and kids, you know, teenagers really, really respond to the show and everything it brings. There's a lot of women who really are passionate about the show. There's a lot of woman power in it, which is also something that's easier to play with people like Caitlin Olsen and Javicia Leslie, who are on the show as well. I love how they embrace all of that. It's fun.
We've been able to see your range in the shows that we just mentioned here, and really and truly, it's everything. So what do you do to prepare to be a police lieutenant, Soto?
You know, for me, I learn the lines. And I rely on the consultants that come on the show when they tell us what to do. There was not necessarily mass prep in advance as it is to rely on the people who come in and give us the intel, you know, and other people who've actually done procedurals and stuff. It's more about the performance and delivering it with some credibility. And for that, you rely on your co-stars who are wonderful and very present.
But there's going to be a little bit of a challenge in being two completely different characters, because Scrubs isn't just a past thing now. No. It's a future thing. It's coming back, and Carl's coming back after 16 years.
Can you believe it?
No, I can't believe it, because to me it seems like it was...
Is it only 16? I thought it was more.
To me it seems like it was yesterday. It's such a fresh show.
It feels like that too.
So how are you excited to come back? I'm sure.
I'm really excited. I'm more humbled by the reaction that I got once it was announced that I was coming back, that Carla was coming back. I didn't realize how much she mattered, like, you know, in so many ways. As a nurse, as a woman of color, as a Latina coming in as a nurse, it really meant a lot to people. And the reaction when we announced it was very moving to me.
Let's talk about representation, because I think it matters more than ever. So we're celebrating Hispanic and Latin American culture all this month. What does that representation mean to you?
Look, my heart just did a little beat when you mentioned that, because it's so important, particularly now with what's happening with Latino people, without having to get into the details, because you guys cover it here all the time. So to come back, to be on TV as a lieutenant and come back as an iconic character, it feels almost like a calling to represent, to be there, to let people know that I'm not the exception, that I can be the rule, and to go ahead and, you know, perpetuate that vision, that idea, and to be there in support for young people who have the same dream.
Well, welcome to GMA for the first time. Welcome to our new studio. It has been so lovely to get to know you. The season 2 premiere of High Potential airs tonight on 10 p.m. on ABC, and then it streams the very next day on Hulu, so you can catch it then. Coming up, author Gary Myers is here to tell us about his new book, Brady versus Belichick. Takes us behind the scenes of their famous partnership. Judy, I have loved every bit of it.
What a pleasure.
Joy.
We're back now with a new book about one of the most famous and successful partnerships in sports, with a split that surprised and fascinated fans. I'm talking about Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, well known beyond football. In his new book, Brady versus Belichick, The Dynasty Debate, Gary Myers reveals what happened behind locker room doors, and he is here now to tell us all about it. Gary, good morning to you. Thank you for being here on GMA. And everybody knows about the relationship, about the Patriots and all their success with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. But their relationship had a little falling down at the end. But you said at the beginning of the relationship, Tom, he was very thankful toward Belichick.
Yeah, first of all, Michael, I just want to say to you, after 15 years of asking you questions in the locker room,
I get to ask
it's
you.
Nice to turn the tables a little bit.
Be careful what you ask for.
I'm ready.
But Tom was thankful when their relationship first started,
absolutely,
right?
because if you remember, Tom almost fell completely out of the 2000 draft. He was taken in the 6th round. He was the 7th quarterback taken in that draft. He was the 7th player picked by the Patriots in that draft. So did Belichick make a good move taking him? Was he a genius to take him? Well, if he thought he was going to be that good, he would have taken him in the 1st round. But so Tom was very thankful that he got onto a team. Belichick kept him as a 4th-string quarterback as a rookie, and as you know, no team keeps four quarterbacks. And then the following year, with Bledsoe, suffered that horrific injury, and then was ready to play again 2 months later in 2001. Belichick decided, I'm sticking with Brady. They went on to win the Super Bowl, and then that was the beginning of a tremendous era of football in New England.
So it definitely worked out for both of them. Worked out really well for both of them. But Belichick, he really connected with Brady. You know, we're looking at this footage here, the NFL throwback video that shows the closeness that these two had, as well as the celebrations that they had after winning their Super Bowls. And that relationship seemed to be beneficial for Belichick, of course, and the Patriots.
Well, sure. I mean, because what Tom became, and they grew together. And the interesting thing was in 2001 training camp, Dick Rabine, who was the quarterback coach who was most instrumental in drafting Brady, he passed away tragically in the middle, right at the beginning of camp. And Belichick became the de facto quarterback coach, and he taught Tom what to look for from a defensive point of view, which was really helpful. And Michael, it was really a case where they saved each other's careers because Belichick thought if he didn't win in 01, he was going to get fired after the second year in New England. And, you know, on the other hand, if Belichick didn't draft Brady, we might never have heard of Tom Brady. Who knows what would have happened?
Because there was no guarantee another team would have drafted him or even given him a shot.
That's right.
And the Patriots had so much success. They won 3 out of 4 Super Bowls until they ran into a little team from New York in 2007. And, hey, look at me do. Ended that unbeaten season there. But
do you want me to pat you on your shoulder or you want to do it yourself?
Hey, you know what? Do it when we finish, you can pat me on my shoulder. I'll take it. But what people did not know is that at that time, Brady and Belichick's relationship was starting to fray.
Yeah, you know, I think in 07 is when the momentum changed on who deserves the credit. We gave so much to Belichick early on because he took a 6th-round quarterback. It was a team that ran the ball well, played a lot of defense. But in 07, Tom threw 50 touchdowns. They won 16-0. You remember that last game of the season against you guys where you nearly beat them, and they won 38-35. And all of a sudden, Brady went from not just being, okay, he's better than Peyton Manning now, but we start to think of him, is he better than Joe Montana? Because he just put together a historic season. And then they went 10 years from 04, thanks to you guys twice. They went from 04 to 2014 before they won their 4th Super Bowl. And once he won that 4th Super Bowl, I think we looked at Brady as he was the best ever.
Ever to do it.
And to make you feel good, he's never gotten over Super Bowl 42.
Oh, I know. He's told me. He told me that. Okay, one-word answer, Brady versus Belichick, the dynasty debate. Who wins the debate, Brady or Belichick?
I give it to Brady.
You give it to Tom Brady because he went on to win another one in Tampa Bay.
Not necessarily, but I base it on what they did together in New England.
Okay. All right, Gary. People can read the book and make their own determination,
That's right.
all right? And here we go. Thank you. I'm glad I got to ask you questions this time. Brady versus Belichick, the dynasty debate is available today wherever you buy books.
Have a great day, everyone.